Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning. Summer's coming to an end. In the spring, I built some garden beds. I've made YouTube videos about them, and I thought I'd quickly show you whatever came of those garden beds, what I planted, and what my garden looks like. So here we go. So in the front yard, I have 4 garden beds. As I already mentioned, I'll put links to the build in the description below. Here we go. We are a green smoothie family, so a lot of our garden consists of greens. We have things like rhubarb, which I know you're not supposed to eat the greens too, but the stalks are delicious. I have 2 different types of beets. Those are yellow beets and red beets. Dinosaur kale, purple kale, more kale and mustard coming in here. Moving right along, we have more kale sprouting. We got a crazy kale tree, looks almost prehistoric. Some remnants of celery, more kale, green onions, that's cauliflower. A lot of these plants have been planted and replanted throughout summer. So if my garden looks a little skimpy, don't hold it against me. It's been a long season. We got a little cherry tomato bed. This is the 3rd bed, and it has all sorts of delicious little red and yellow cherry tomatoes. Let's make sure those are in focus. I don't really like tomatoes unless they come from a garden. Otherwise, I feel like they're pretty tasteless and not very delicious. Over here, we have some Asian greens, things like bok choy, tatsoi. I don't exactly know, but I know they're delicious. Cucumbers, kale, radish. Look at these things. That is going to be one tasty cuke right there. More kale. And some squash that's starting to reach the end of its life. Okay, let's go to the backyard. I'll show you the pallet beds that I also built this spring. This spring I also made 4 or 5 pallet garden beds. I have a video for that as well. I'll put a link to it in the description. And they turned out really nice. Check it out. Isn't that beautiful? With the blue. This is our herb bed. We've been picking through it pretty good. So it's kind of like the tail end of what's going on. Nonetheless, we have some parsley there, a little dill plant, some chives, thyme and rosemary. Then we have something for the kitty. This is some catnip, as well as some other mints. We have nasturtiums over here. These things are delicious. I try and eat one every morning. And then in here is my strawberry patch. Check it out. I got red strawberries. I also have white strawberries. Bada bing, bada boom. Moving right along to the backyard. Ooh, pretty sunbeams. This bed is not one that I built. It was already here, but nonetheless, it was our lettuce bed. And lettuce is just about done for the year, so maybe we have 5 more things to eat and then no more lettuce. And then over here I also have some peas. Those are cruising right along too. I love my peas. This bed right here is my favorite bed of the bunch. I've always wanted to try the 3 sisters growing squash, corn, and peas, or beans, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So here I have some squash. See? Big old squash. Oh no, I gotta eat this one today. So the squash shades the corn and protects the soil, makes it nice and moist. And then the corn grows nice and tall and enables the peas, basically makes a stalk that the peas can grow on. Over here we have another bed. This one's an herb bed as well. We have some lemon basil, a different kind of lemon basil. We got some dill, peppers, cilantro, a couple kohlrabis, and an onion. And last but not least, we have a massive thing of tomatoes. Check these things out. Vunk. And you can see in there, there's some that are getting ripe. We love ripe tomatoes. Another kohlrabi. Here's where all my squash came from this year. There's a little bit more left here. Boom, right there. Also, my pride and joy, Armenian cucumbers. I also want to point out that I installed these beds last, but they grew the fastest because they had the most amount of sun. There you have it. I put in a little effort in the spring. My efforts paid off. My girlfriend, roommate, and I had lots of delicious food all summer long. Food with quality so good that you can't get it at the store. And now I have beds that I can utilize for years to come. I think I'm gonna go make myself a smoothie.